What up, hunty? Welcome back to Way of Yao. My name is Yao and it is a pleasure to see you all. I'm so super duper excited to be making this video for you guys. In case you haven't seen the title of this video, Jackie Aina collaborated with Too Faced and brought out 9 brand new shades of foundation. I was so super duper gassed when I heard of this collaboration. I was like, oh my freaking god, because I remember constantly going to Too Faced trying to find my shade, and literally they only had, like, their darkest foundation was my concealer shade, and like I would just like start to cry, but then I'd wake up again and realize I'm a bad bitch. Finally I am able to use a foundation from Too Faced. So I actually went to the store yesterday. I tried out the 2 darkest shades. The darkest one is Ganache or Ganache. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but that's the darkest one, and then the second to darkest one is Truffle. I tried them both in the store and I decided to pick up Ganache. I'm gonna say Ganache because I think it sounds real cute. If it's Ganache, I'm sorry sis, but Ganache is gonna have to be for today, okay? So I picked up Ganache, which I'll be demoing on the skin, and also I picked up their second darkest concealer, which is Toffee. They did have one darker than that, but I felt as though it would be a little bit too close to my foundation colour and it wouldn't brighten me or give me that dimension that I'm looking for. So I decided to pick up Toffee, which is nice, rich, golden, beautiful. I'm gonna show you guys both of those, but before that I need to tell you how much this actually means. I think it's such an amazing thing that Too Faced has decided to collaborate with Jackie Aina. Jackie Aina for such a long time has, you know, advocated for inclusivity, one of the two, okay? People to be included in makeup, and I feel as though we've come such a long way, but we still have such a long way to go, and I think that this is an amazing step in the right direction, and it is amazing to see another black creator getting such an amazing opportunity. And so it is such a pleasure to, you know, be showing you guys these new shades. So let's get it popping. So this is the packaging of the foundation and of the concealer. So I'm going to start off with the foundation and talk a little bit about this. So this is a medium to full coverage foundation, and it is also oil free. So it says that it is infused with coconut water, alpine rose and hyaluronic acid. Okay sis, I see you came through with that. Now I did watch Jackie Aina's video and she did say that she is such a super duper fan of hyaluronic acid. It's really hydrating, which is super duper good for me because I do in winter get a little bit more dry. So this could be an all-round foundation. We're gonna see what's popping. And this is what the foundation looks like. You guys have probably seen the Born This Way foundation like 100 times. Every YouTuber uses it, like it's nothing new, but the shade is new, okay? So I'm gonna start off by priming my skin a little bit. I'm gonna use the First Base Primer from NYX. This is literally just a spray-on primer, which I really like, and it does help to hydrate the skin as well. I don't want anything too mattifying because I feel as though it almost compromises the way the foundation sits on the skin. So this is what I would usually use on a day-to-day basis. So to give the foundation a nice chance, I'm just gonna use what I usually use. So before I do anything, I wanted to give you guys an idea of how this shade compares with my other foundations. In all foundations, I always get the darkest shade, and this is the darkest shade of the Born This Way foundation. So I'm going to compare them to the others on my neck and see which one's the darkest, and if you guys think it is dark enough. There we go. I'm going to place it right here. That is the Born This Way foundation. Of course, these are just swatches. It's not going to give you the best idea in the world of how it will look on the skin. You'll only know that once you actually place it on this, you know, on the face, which we will be doing in a moment. But this is just for swatching purposes to see how the colours match up against one another. Now I'm going to go and use the Fenty Beauty 490 Pro Filter Foundation. As you can see, the Born This Way one to me does appear a little bit darker. It also seems to have a little bit more red. But of course you guys can see the colours for yourself and decide what you think of the shade. So that's those two. Now I'm going to show you the MAC NW58. That seems quite red in comparison. That's what the NW58 from MAC looks like, which is their darkest shade. Next we're going to go in with the Ordinary foundation in the shade 3N.N. Now that it's dried down, it doesn't look as red as it once did when we first placed it down. Next, we're going to go in with the L'Oreal True Match foundation in the shade Deep Espresso. You guys see what is good in the hood? I'm really like stretching my neck here, guys, like. Now I'm going to show you the NYX Total Control Drop foundation in the shade Deep Espresso. So this is the LA Girl Pro Coverage foundation in the shade Dark Chocolate. Lastly, we're going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 380. Okay, that is very cool toned. So here we have Too Faced, we have Fenty, we have MAC, we have The Ordinary. I think this was the L'Oreal. So this was the NYX, this was LA Girl, and then this was the Maybelline. Those are all of the shades, and I hope you are living. Perfect, so now that you have a nice idea of how it compares to the other foundations, I am going to apply the foundation, and to do that I'm just going to use my beauty sponge. I always use the same sponge. Just going to pop it on there. So that's how much you get on a palm. I'm going to place it in the center. Oh girl. Yeah, I can already see we're going to get some real coverage out of that. I'm going to actually put the excess on, rub it on my hand because it's a lot. I'm going to start to blend it outwards. Okay. I do have to say it has a little bit of a smell. It's not overwhelming though. The MAC foundations, they have like a very distinct smell that I don't like. Like any foundation that has a little bit of a smell, I'm not a fan of, but this one isn't overwhelming, but there is a little bit of a smell there. I really like the colour. I really do like the colour. Do you know what? She did that, I'm not gonna lie. I really like the colour. I would say it's giving me the coverage I need without it looking like there's a lot there. I think you can see that there's a tiny bit of foundation, but for such a generous pump and for it to look so skin-like, I think that they did a really nice job. Okay. Okay, can you see that? Girl, we are looking so even. If you compare it to the neck, they're blending pretty darn cute, like, but this looks super duper cute. I'm actually living for this, and this could very well become a new favourite of mine. That is how the foundation looks. Girl. Now we're going to be using the Super Coverage Concealer in the shade Toffee, and this is also infused with coconut water, alpine rose and hyaluronic acid. So this is what it looks like next to the foundation, but of course my foundation is darker and the concealer is lighter. But they look very similar. So this is the multi-use sculpting concealer. It can be used to conceal, contour, highlight and retouch. This is what the applicator looks like. I've heard that it looks a lot like the Tarte concealer. I haven't tried that Tarte concealer, but I have tried the Revolution one, which is said to be a dupe of the Tarte one, and I would agree that this does remind me of the Revolution applicator. Oh, I already love it. I already love it. A rich colour. What I've found with my skin tone is that in order to go quite bright with your concealer, it needs to be a really rich, golden, orange, almost sort of concealer. It can't be the slightest bit of coolness in the concealer is going to make you look ashy. Already I'm living, and I'm already getting that coverage. Like sis. Girl, look, we are feeling snatched already. One thing I would say is that for the nose, it is a little bit difficult to highlight it nicely because it's such a big applicator. Perfect, so that is that. Now I'm going to blend it out with the same sponge I already used to blend out the foundation. Oh girl, can you see how brightening that is? Oh my god, this is such a beautiful rich colour. Girl, it's full coverage, okay? I'm feeling snatched already. Now we're going to blend out the under eyes. Very warm, very warm. I'd say that this shade is so gorgeous as a concealer shade, but they apparently can be used for contour as well. I don't know who would contour with this. This I think would be a little bit too rich for a contour. I use my brush to blend out my nose highlight like this. Then I blend out the sides of my finger, which almost acts as like a contouring. Now to set my highlighted areas, I'm going to be using my Sienna powder from Nye. Wow, that is super duper bright. Maybe when it settles in a little bit, it won't look as like whoa. Now to set the perimeters of my face, I will be using my Ebony powder from Nye. Using my OPV liquid gold illuminator. So I'm going to go in with some of my Revolution Rejuvenate highlighter on top just to really make it pop. Perfect. Now I'm just going to finish off the look. I'm going to be using my NYX lip gloss in the shade Gingersnap all over my lips. You guys know that this is my favourite. If you didn't know, well, you know now. Come on, queen, get into this lip. Now you guys know that I live for a gold liner under my eye, and as you know, NYX discontinued the glam liner 24K, so I will be using my OPV Toffee. I was so scared when they discontinued that. I literally had 2 left, then I had 1 left, and then it was running out, and then I was like, oh my god, what is happening, what am I gonna do? And then OPV just happened to send me their glitter liners, and literally it not changed my life, but it saved my life. Do you know what I mean? To the point liner, it has like a little ball on it, which I think is absolutely genius. This is from NYX Professional Makeup. I'm gonna place it where I always place it. So I'm gonna set my face a little bit with the matte setting spray from NYX. God, I feel as I look extra glowy today. That foundation, I would say, it's definitely a nice glowy sort of finish. It hasn't given me a super duper matte finish, which I actually like. And this is basically the finished look. I hope you guys are living for this video. I hope you got everything you needed to get. I hope your soul is snatched. I hope your wig is gone. Your edges have disappeared. Everything is just nothing, okay? So on that note, if you actually enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It's gonna help me so much. You don't understand how much a simple like can help a video. So if you could like it, if you actually enjoyed it, if you want to see more of Mother Yao, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment saying what you thought about it. If you liked it, if you didn't, well, what's popping, what's not popping, just let me know what's good. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.